everyone, welcome back to Dr. J Tech.
Double Jack gives you the whole new tech.
This is Jacqueline.
This is Jeffrey.
Today, we want to touch on a topic where there could be a brand new market in the future, which is metaverse. Metaverse will bring huge business opportunities to the technology industry, even the financial industry, and the boutique industry.
Yeah, as we all know, cryptocurrency is a trick of cycling money in the real world, but it will find application areas in the virtual world of metaverse. While the industry promotes the development of metaverse, we should also pay attention to the possible negative effect of metaverse.
So let's jump right in.
Well, the metaverse exploded, and the founder of Facebook say the metaverse is the internet of the next generation. Because Facebook is currently facing a bottleneck in his business, it has begun to initiate a transformation and rename Facebook to Meta.
Yeah, the CEO of NVIDIA said the economy scales of the metaverse will eventually surpass that of the physical world, since 3D modeling of the virtual world requires a large amount of graphic processors, which are GPU. It will bring another wave of growth momentum to NVIDIA.
So, what exactly is the metaverse? Is it a hype or will it really succeed? What business opportunities will the future bring? And why do even the financial industry and the boutique industry embrace the metaverse?
So, we first need to know what metaverse is. It is a combination of the words meta and universe. This term is derived from the American science fiction writer Stevenson's 1992 novel, Avalanche. The story describes a virtual world parallel to the real world. In the future, humans will communicate with each other in the form of virtual avatars. We can think of it as a virtual reality.
It's crazy to think how people can do anything in a virtual world that they can or cannot do in real life and interact with real world in various ways.
But to understand it more in depth, let's talk about a movie.
Yeah, this reminds me of a movie Real Player One and describe that will happen in 2045.
Oh, tell me about it.
Well, most people will invest in the virtual online game Oasis in order to escape the chaos of the real world. But in the movie, the connection between humans in the real world and the virtual world is only visual, auditory, and tactile.
This is what the metaverse looked like in the early days, as you can see from this picture.
Yeah, players can participate in racing cars and dances in a virtual world, and they can communicate with virtual characters controlled by artificial intelligence.
As we know, current technologies include virtual reality (VR), augmented reality (AR), mixed reality (MR), image sensors, microphones, audio, motion detectors, etc., can already achieve visual, auditory, and tactile sensations.
You are right, Jacqueline. The movie The Matrix described that in 2199, the real world has been occupied and ruled by machines.
Well, in order to cultivate human beings as a source of energy, which is batteries, a machine simulated the human world in 1999 to create virtual programming world, the Matrix.
And through cable connected to the nerve of the human brain, visual, auditory, tactile, olfactory, taste, psychological, so-called the six rules of sensations and other signals are transmitted to the human brain as if they are real in order to imprison the human mind.
Yeah, this will be the ultimate version of the metaverse, as you can see in this picture.
I heard that both episodes Resurrections of the Christmas this year will be released, so here is another sneak peek. Haha.
The smell, taste, and psychology here are currently immature and may be the development direction of science and technology in the future.
First thing first, the very first platform to approach the metaverse is Roblox.
When it comes to the concept of metaverse, many people immediately think of the current popular multiplayer online role-playing games, such as Animal Friends, The Sims, Diablo, etc. These online games allow players to have another identity and brand new life in a virtual game. Due to the technology limitations, these online games bring players insufficient immersion, and the content is only games, which is still far from the world that Metaverse hopes to build.
Yeah, since the first platform close to the metaverse is Roblox, it is not just an online role-playing game. Users can also design their own games, items, and clothes while playing various games created by themselves or other developers. It is an online virtual world built from virtual bricks like Lego bricks. It is just like if our audio visual creations are published on the YouTube platform, or the programming creations of programmers are published on the App Store platform, and the concept of sharing Google's profit through the platform is similar.
That honestly sounds so cool, but the metaverse is still in the stage of multi-power.
Yeah, right now the establishment of the metaverse is still in the early warring state period. Various social platforms and game manufacturers are eager to try, so there is no system that can dominate the world. And it is uncertain who will win in the future. For example, Facebook, who renamed Meta, just opened its metaverse, Horizon World, recently.
There may be two development directions in the future of metaverse. The first one is led by a certain company, but the open source code can be used by anyone, similar to Google's establishment of the Android platform to allow all developers to create applications to the platform.
Yeah, and the second possibility is led by a certain foundation. The open source code can be used by anyone. The virtual world developed by different companies and compatible. The virtual world developed by different companies are compatible and can be connected into a unified metaverse, just like we now use the STAN communication protocol to roam on the internet.
One thing that's important, when we think about metaverse, we just break away from online game thinking and develop into a platform to creative ideas and interactive social platforms.
Something worth to thinking about is that the cryptocurrency is a trick of cycling money in the real world, but it will find application areas in the virtual world of the metaverse.
Yep, the non-fungible token, so-called NFT, is a heated topic recently. In real world, the ownership of physical assets doesn't have real connection with the NFT. That is why NFT is just speculation. However, in the virtual world, NFT represents the ownership of digital assets.
Yes, we will talk more about NFT next week. Come back to metaverse. What kind of industries will be booming in the future?
Well, think about it. To build a virtual world that can accommodate billions of players around the world, and now everyone's requirement for image quality and 3D images are getting higher, many data centers need to be stamped, including servers, central processor units, graphic processors, and storage components.
You are right. User connections require various network equipment and terminal devices, including network equipment, optical fiber, communications, 5G, and the Internet of Things, AR/VR glasses, monitor, personal computers, and smartphones, which will obviously bring huge business opportunity to the technology industry.
Good point. Players need online consumption and virtual credit cards in the metaverse. Of course, cryptocurrency, which has skyrocketed in the real world, is indispensable. So the financial industry has a place to participate.
Additionally, in the real world, I can't afford Hermes bags, shoes, necklace, earrings, and other fine products, but I can possibly buy them in the virtual world. Therefore, the boutique industry has a place to participate.
Yeah. In real world, I live in a cramped apartment and drive a state-made car. In the virtual world, I can live in a high-end mansion and drive a Ferrari sports car. In the real world, I'm an employee and scolded by my boss every single day. But in the virtual world, I'm a boss and I can do things the other way around.
Yeah, in the real world, I want to take a SpaceX Starship to Mars, but I can't afford it. In the virtual world, of course, I can go on interstellar travel all over the universe, and even the metaverse will provide certain jobs. So in the future, there may be people who don't have a job in the real world and go to work in the metaverse.
In short, when we're thinking about metaverse, please use your imagination.
So talk about the possible negative effects of metaverse.
Well, although the metaverse can bring huge business opportunities to all walks of life, especially the new crown epidemic has caused everyone to reduce physical activities and change to online activities, which has contributed to the development of this wave of metaverse. But we must also understand the negative problems that the future metaverse may bring if it not regulated by the law. Can you give one example, Dr. Jeff?
It's very easy to think of one, such as how to protect personal privacy in the virtual world, how are business benefits distributed, and how to prevent high fraud.
More importantly, the possible adverse effects of metaverse on young people. In the future, children at home may one day wear AR VR glasses to enter the metaverse when they come home from school every day. Make friends with characters in the virtual world and do not communicate with people in the real world at all.
Yeah, thinking about this, long-term wearing of AR VR glasses may cause damage of the eyes. These are the possible negative effects of metaverse in the future, and we must respond as soon as possible.
Wow, this is such a compelling topic to discuss.
Well, it's a sooner or later problem.
We hope everyone enjoyed this week's topic and get back with us next week to hear more about the spicy details.
This is Jeffrey.
And this is Jacqueline, and we'll bring back more information to you guys.
Bye.
Bye.